everyone, it's Amy at Dragonspit Apothecary. Thanks for joining me this Friday, the first Friday of November, to do our Oils and Oracles. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. And if you're new, welcome. So every Friday I pull some cards, we talk about the oracles, and I offer some oil recommendations to use with those cards. Now, I'll kind of level set here that I only recommend what I personally use. The brand that I use in our own home and my family is doTERRA. I think they have wonderful oils and they're really economical. If you want information about that, come on over to my website, dragonspitapothecary.com. Happy to answer any questions and help you find what's right for you and your family. So we're going to start. I'm using my fairy cards this week. It just kind of felt like a fairy kind of week, you know. So I pulled 3 cards, one for this weekend, one for next week, and one from the universe. And as you guys know with these fairy cards, if you've been with me for a while, the dark cards refer to things inside us, okay? And the light cards refer to things environmentally around us or people, places outside of us, okay? So as we go through this, you'll start to see what that means, and I'll let you know when these cards come up what, you know, if it's light or dark, in or out kind of situation, okay? So the first card we have is a dark card, and it is the card of music, okay? And so what this card is telling us is that, you know, a lot of times we get stagnant about, you know, our routine, and we kind of do the same thing over again. It's kind of rinse, wash, and repeat. And we got to break that up. You know, it's good to have some break from the routine and let your hair down and turn up the jams and kind of let what's been on your mind float away. Sing to a song that's familiar to you and one of those favorites, right, that we all kind of start dancing in the kitchen about. And so this card is prompting us to do that this weekend because we've been a little bit stuck in our routine, right? And I think that's perfect for this time of year because a lot of us have been stuck at home. We're kind of running out of creative things to do with the family. We're kind of cooped up. A lot of us are thinking about holidays already and what that's going to look like and how that's going to be different this year. So this is a good time to just kind of let some of those stresses go away. Okay, let them float away. And, you know, if you keep hearing the same song in different places, okay, or different times of the day, you keep hearing a repetitive song, that's actually a message to pay attention to the lyrics, okay? That's coming to you for a reason. So if that happens, you know, with this oracle card and you start hearing the same song, you know, several times a day or in different places that you are, pay attention to the words in that song because I promise you there'll be something very insightful that's coming from that. So I paired some good oils with this one. I paired the doTERRA Serenity, which I love to call lavender's big sister. It has lavender in it, but it has a lot of other oils, and it's just super yummy and fun, but it's relaxing, right? And sometimes we gotta relax and, you know, let go of that to-do list, quit holding it so tight, have a little fun. The other oil I put with this was lime. So, you know, I think all the citruses are fantastic for that uplifting, cheerful sensation that they trigger for us. But lime particularly is a playful oil. It's about spontaneity, adventure, the unexpected, the fun, the playfulness, right? So lime's a good one to diffuse, turn up those jams, even if you're just doing some household chores. It's just a good fun oil to not only have that refreshing aroma, but it's very playful. Okay, so get your jam on this weekend. Okay, now the next card I pulled was what we need next week, and this is a cool one. And I think if you really pay attention to the music card we had in for this weekend, this is going to be really nice. For next week. And this is a light card. So this means environmental around us, outside of us. And it's the card of flourish. Now, flourish is telling us to shed some light on the areas of our life that we're not clear about, okay? Let us kind of think about it this way. If you plant a flower, you plant it in dirt or mud, and it doesn't look very appealing, right? But out of that dirt comes this really beautiful flower, okay? And that's what this card is telling us, is that, look, y'all been in the dirt, things been tough, totally understand that, but it's time to flourish where you've been planted, okay? It's time to, emerge from this stuff you've been stuck in and start moving past it to the prettier side of things, the light at the end of the tunnel, the beautiful bloom that comes from, being processed in all that dirt, okay? So it's telling us that, every flower is unique and beautiful, and that's just like us, right? And that so it's good to celebrate who we are as a person and continue to flourish, i.e. grow where you are. Learn from it, move on from it, and become your beautiful person regardless of your circumstance. Love that card. So I put a couple of oils with this one. doTERRA peppermint, it's so beautiful. And so peppermint is a good focus oil. But peppermint is also good at helping us take that deep breath and realize that all is not so hard in life sometimes. Sometimes we're our own worst enemy at making things hard. And sure, things might be challenging right now, but we can figure it out. Okay, and I love peppermint's strength behind that. The other oil I put with this is a blend called doTERRA Balance. Okay. Oh my gosh, I cannot tell you enough good things about Balance. It's one of the staples in my home. So Balance is really good to help us feel okay. Like bring it back to center. We can figure this out. We don't have to be, frustrated. We can get past that. We can work through this and it's all going to work out in our favor, right? It's all going to come to the way it's supposed to be in life. The whole balance, right? Just like the name applies. So flourish, you guys. Flourish, flourish, flourish. Don't let what your circumstances are hold you back from becoming the beautiful flower that you are. There you go for next week. Now, this next one, it's the card from the universe, and it's a dark card. So it's talking about what's inside us to make this happen, okay? And it's a card of stargazing. So you know how sometimes we get caught up in our own mind and we churn things over and over and over again, and we're trying to rationalize, we're trying to, figure things out, and we're just kind of we're looking down, right? A lot of times when you're doing that, you're physically looking down, or you feel that heavy burden on your shoulders and it's weighing you down. So, Stargazer card is telling us to change our perspective. It's telling us to look outward, upward, around us, and quit so much on the inside, thinking we have to process it all inside. Okay, so it's asking you to change that from within. And particularly if you look up at the nighttime sky, you see stars, right? And those are guides. You always have nature as your guide. You always have the moon. You have light around you. And it's okay to let that light come in and help you. Okay, you're not meant to do things alone all the time. So it's time to explore this area that you are holding inside, running yourself ragged about, thinking and overthinking about. You don't have to change your path in life, but maybe you just need to make some tweaks so it's not so hard, right? Change your perspective, change your mind kind of business. So I put a couple oils with this one, and one's going to be familiar because we just talked about it. I put Serenity, which you remember we talked about that this weekend when we said let loose, play some music, get some jams going. So Serenity is also good here because it helps us relax and it helps us realize that, we can take that deep breath, we can relax, we don't have to, we can release the stress, if you will. Now, the other oil I put with this is clary sage. Clary sage is also in that lavender family, but it has some unique properties, particularly around our instincts, gut instinct, if you will, and intuition. And sometimes when we plug into those areas of our being, we get clarity around the things that we've been struggling with and overthinking and holding tightly and kind of losing perspective of, right? Clary sage kind of helps open that so that we can see a broader view of or a different side of it even, okay? So those are our 3 cards this weekend. Leave me some feedback. Tell me how you love these readings. I'm starting to look for 2021 and maybe shaking some things up. So if you have some ideas of how you would like to see this, leave me some feedback. And until next time, I will see you here. Bye.